Ollie MacGraw was once the undisputed face of Hollywood innocence. Her performance in Love Story didn't just define a generation, it created a blueprint for the tragic, beautiful leading lady that the world couldn't help but adore. But behind the camera, far from the soft focus of the silver screen, her own life was unfolding in a way that was darker, more complex, and more devastating than any script she ever performed. At the absolute pinnacle of her fame, MacGraw found herself swept into the magnetic, dangerous orbit of Steve McQueen, the man the world worshipped as the king of cool. Their romance began like a high-stakes Hollywood fairy tale, fueled by undeniable passion and global headlines. But as the years passed, that fairy tale morphed into a haunting reality of jealousy, isolation, and psychological control. Today on Royal Time of Hollywood, we are looking back at the relationship that both captivated and destroyed Ollie MacGraw. Now, at 85 years old, she is finally speaking her truth with revelations that continue to shock fans of classic cinema. The rise of Ollie MacGraw, from New York to Paramount. Ollie MacGraw's journey to the red carpets of Los Angeles didn't start with privilege. Born in Bedford Village, New York, she grew up in a household defined by tension. Her father struggled with alcoholism, and the constant friction between her parents left Ollie with a fragile sense of self-confidence, a trait that would make her vulnerable to strong, controlling personalities later in life. Seeking a way out, she entered the world of fashion, working as an assistant and model under the legendary editor Diana Vreeland. It was this poise and natural beauty that eventually caught the eye of Hollywood. Her breakout role in 1969's Goodbye, Columbus made her an instant star, but it was her meeting with Robert Evans, the high-powered head of production at Paramount Pictures, that truly changed her trajectory. Evans didn't just see an actress, he saw a phenomenon. He cast her in Love Story, 1970, a film that grossed over $100 million and gave the world the iconic line, "Love means never having to say you're sorry." Behind the scenes, Ollie and Robert Evans married in 1969 and welcomed their son, Joshua, in 1971. On paper, she had everything: the husband, the power, the career, and the baby. But Hollywood is a place where destiny can be shifted by a single casting choice. The Getaway, a chemical attraction. In 1972, Robert Evans made a decision that would inadvertently end his marriage. He secured the lead female role for Ollie in The Getaway, an action film starring Steve McQueen. The moment Ollie met McQueen, the world shifted. McQueen was 12 years her senior and carried the aura of a man who had survived a brutal upbringing to become the ultimate anti-hero. Ollie would later describe their attraction as chemical. She confessed in her memoir, Moving Pictures, that she knew she was in serious trouble the moment she laid eyes on him. The affair began on the set in Texas, fueled by the heat and the intensity of the production. By the end of 1972, Ollie had filed for divorce from Evans, a move that blindsided the producer and sent shockwaves through the industry. In July 1973, Ollie and Steve McQueen married. The world saw two icons united. Ollie, however, was about to enter a world where her identity would be systematically stripped away. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to check out the other stories and shocking updates on our channel. We've covered many incredible celebrity journeys, tragic endings, and untold Hollywood secrets that you don't want to miss. Binge watch our previous videos to discover more surprising facts, emotional stories, and where your favorite stars are today. Your support helps us bring you more powerful content like this, so don't forget to explore, watch more, and stay tuned for the next video. The price of being McQueen's wife. The horrors of being married to Steve McQueen didn't start with violence, but with a quiet, forceful demand for total submission. Before the wedding, McQueen insisted on a prenuptial agreement that ensured Ollie would receive nothing in the event of a divorce. More drastically, he demanded she quit acting entirely. At the height of her fame, Ollie MacGraw became a full-time homemaker in Malibu. She traded movie sets for grocery stores and script readings for cooking meals. McQueen, deeply scarred by a childhood of abandonment, was pathologically jealous. He didn't want the world looking at his wife. He wanted her confined to his world alone. "I played cook," cleaning lady, and simple woman to the hilt, Ollie recalled. While she catered to his every need, McQueen was often unfaithful, disappearing into nights of drinking and drug use. The King of Cool was, in reality, a deeply insecure man who used control to keep his fears of abandonment at bay. The unraveling, betrayal, and addiction. By the mid-1970s, the isolation was suffocating. Ollie began to struggle with her own dependence on alcohol to cope with the silence of their Malibu home. McQueen's volatility grew, and the fairy tale was replaced by a cycle of suspicion and anger. The breaking point came in 1977. Ollie told Steve she wanted to return to work. She wanted her life back. McQueen's response was cold and immediate. "In that case, we are filing for divorce." The marriage was finalized in 1978. Ollie walked away with nothing but her son and her belongings, just as the prenuptial agreement dictated. Only 2 years later, Steve McQueen passed away at age 50 from cancer. The grief Ollie felt was complicated, a mixture of profound love for the man he was and relief from the ghastly person he had become. Recovery and redemption at 85. The years following McQueen's death were a long road of healing for Ollie. She eventually checked herself into the Betty Ford Center in the early 90s, where she finally faced the emotional scars of her past. She left Hollywood for the quiet beauty of Santa Fe, New Mexico, where she has lived for the last 30 years. Today, at 85, Ollie MacGraw is a woman of peace. She is over 30 years sober and spends her days practicing yoga and working with fashion collectives that empower women, a poetic reversal of the years she spent being disempowered by a man. Looking back, she doesn't see herself as a victim, but as a survivor. "There were wonderful days and dreadful days," she says with the grace of someone who has truly moved past the trauma. What do you think of Ollie MacGraw's journey? Does her honesty change how you view the King of Cool? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the real stories behind the silver screen, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Royal Time of Hollywood. Don't forget to hit that bell notification